No huddle time. Eagles are in Green Bay. Sirianni perfect off a bye. Jalen Hurts and Saquon coming off some of the best games of their season. Locked in. Jalen Hurts after a bye. No big deal. 4-0. Passer rating. 115, 11 touchdowns, 3 turnovers. Is everyone expecting the Eagles to stay hot against Greg's Packers, bro?
Well, they're also my Packers. Well, I got them going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, Greg, yes, I think he means Greg's Packers in that he won a Super Bowl with them.
Well, I thought it was because he picked. I thought it's because he picked them to win this year's Super Bowl.
He was on the Packers.
Suggesting you were in the unit room, wide receiver unit room.
Wait, wide receiver, don't take a shot. I mean,
no, I'm simply saying I picked them to win the NFC.
Yes, that is true, bro.
And look, I like the Eagles a lot. And I think there are tons of reasons to think they're going to win this game. So I will not be surprised at all if they win this game. And maybe I am guilty a bit of going with my heart in this one because they are my pick. But I am going with the Packers to win this game. As I said earlier, their problem has not been facing the good teams. They beat Detroit. They beat Washington when we thought they were a good team. When they had Jaden, they beat Pittsburgh soundly. So I think they will be up for this game, especially coming off a bad loss to Carolina. And like you said, Nick, those losses could come back to haunt them as the season goes on. Like 2 just bad losses that you can't explain. And so I think that the Packers are going to win this game. It's in Lambeau. Obviously, I don't want to lose 2 straight in Lambeau. And this is what you gentlemen have not
let's see something
factored into your thinking. Jordan Love, second half quarterback. Oh. Look at this. These are his first 2 seasons as a starter. First half of the season, he's all right. Second half of the season, he cooks.
Not bad.
In every single way. Yards, everything goes up. Look at the TDs to interceptions. And remember, he's already been good. He has had his bad moments.
You're not worried it's going to be reversed this year?
No, not at all. I think he's going to take it to an even greater level. Look at the passer rating, 23 points. So I think Jordan is going to really start playing even better than he already has been playing. And Green Bay's going to go ahead and get this W.
Yeah, I don't expect the Eagles to stay hot because of the opponent in the Green Bay Packers, and I'm obviously going with the Packers. And one of the reasons why, I'll piggyback off what you were just saying, I think if you're Matt LaFleur, you got to start putting a little bit more on Jordan Love's plate. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, why would you do that? He's a little up and down. But we know against really good teams, he tends to play really, really well, and he locks in. The Green Bay Packers haven't had a tremendous running game all year. Like Josh Jacobs, the year that he had last year, it was great. It was excellent. Kind of a catalyst to why they were able to make that run the way they were at the end of the year. That hasn't been very prevalent this year. What has been is Jordan Love throwing the football and spreading it around. I know you lose Tucker Kraft. Huge piece to their puzzle.
Yeah.
However, you are going to ask your quarterback, who you have paid, who you believe has the skill set to get it done, to be a little bit more. Like, be more, because we all believe that he can be more. He just needs to be a little more consistent in where he chooses to throw that ball.
So you know I'm the king of vibes, right?
Yeah.
And
talk about that a
unfortunately,
lot.
there's no off switch on it.
Oh, okay.
So you know when like a superhero comes down to Earth from another planet?
Sure.
And they're like, it's all too much for them, you know, because they can like see through walls and stuff, and they can
Some guys do.
see people's
Superman
bones and stuff like that.
That's
Like,
the
oh my
one I know
gosh.
of.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's me a lot of times.
With vibes.
Yes.
And what did you see?
They don't actually believe in the Packers at all. At all. Your whole take is Josh Jacobs hasn't been good. and you're like, okay.
Wait, what? My take is J-Lo already has played well. Is about to take it to
I
the
love you with all my
stratosphere.
heart. You have 2 teams. One is the Ravens, and one is the Packers. The way that you talk about the Ravens is a galaxy away from the way that you talk about the Packers. I just feel like you guys,
they're worried
deep down
about
in
this
your
game.
heart, you're terrified.
Well, the Eagles are a great team.
So
too.
can I
It's not like they
decide,
playing
because I'm the
some
only
chump.
oddly, I guess, neutral party on this game. because you're
the king of vibes and the Eagles guy.
Right, you're the king of, but you have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, Packers in the Super Bowl, Packers winning the Super Bowl. I have neither of these teams even in the conference championship game from before the year. I think that the thing you mentioned at the end, the Tucker Kraft injury, is on the very short list of most impactful injuries that have happened during this NFL season.
It's tough.
We talk a lot about the Joe Alt injury, Nnamdi Madubuike for the Ravens. The Tucker Kraft injury is up there in impact, particularly because I have been underwhelmed by the Packers receiving core that they've actually poured a lot of resources into over the last few years. I think Golden maybe will be good, but he has not popped yet. I know that your guy who's dealing with injury, Jaden Reed dealing with the collarbone, I get that. But I think Kraft had become their go-to option. I also do really believe in great team off a bye. Like that to me that's a little too simple, but not really.
No.
Like great team off a bye, extra rest, and Philly, the healthiest they've been all year. I think Cam Jurgens is one of the linemen. I don't know if it's Dickerson or Jurgens. One of their linemen is the only guy that they're worried about for this game. I think Philly, I do expect them to look really good. I'm with you, KW.
Sorry, guys.
That actually made me more confident.
Well, you act like I've been off. The Knicks picks is a bit of a rough spot, but my analysis has been spot on. My analysis has been great.
Rams are in San Francisco. Game of the week, Sunday at 4 on Fox. Last matchup was a Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan masterclass. An efficient offense, great defense, capitalized off of 2 Rams turnovers. Also, offensive explosion. Turns out, 731 combined passing yards, third most in any game this year. You say, Wilds, I thought it was a Robert Saleh masterclass. It was, because everybody was injured. Does anyone think Mac Jones and the depleted 49ers can keep up with Stafford again?
Can they? Yes, because Mac has been good. Now, is that because Mac Jones is all of a sudden good, or is that because any competent quarterback can look good in that offense? Differing minds can disagree. And as long as Christian McCaffrey is still healthy, and I hate even saying it like that, like I'm anticipating an injury. That's not what I'm saying. But they are using him as much as he's ever been used in any moment of his career because he's their only star that's been there all year long. Kyle Shanahan's going to cook something up. So can he? Yes. I think the Rams understand that this is a seminal moment for them in their season. If they are they going to once again just be a playoff team that, hey, nobody wants to play Matt Stafford and the Rams in the playoffs,
sure.
Or are you going to go 13-4? Are you going to go get the bye? Are you going to, guarantee at least one home playoff game by winning this division? Because with the Niners at 6 wins, Seattle's a legit, really good, and unlike the Niners, healthy team. You lose this game. I know it's in Santa Clara, but you're the favorite. Like, I expect the Rams, and they weren't, they were dialed in last week. They could have overlooked the Saints leading into this matchup. They didn't. So Mac Jones has earned enough respect this year to where I'm not going to act like it's a impossibility, but I do not expect it. I think the Rams win this game.
Yeah, look, I'm not predicting Mac to fall off and have a terrible game, but I don't think he'll keep up with Stafford in this game for a lot of the reasons Nick said. But also, again, the Niners beat them already in L.A. I just don't expect them to sweep the Rams. I mean, they're both really good teams. I think the Rams are better because of the Niners' injuries. And Stafford is on the heater of his career, maybe. 16 touchdowns, no interceptions in his last 5 games. He is cooking with oil right now, and I think that's going to continue, in part because of their injuries for the Niners. So, no, I don't think Mac will be able to keep up with him this game.
I actually do think Mac Jones will be able to keep up with them. Can we put those stats back up that we put up with Mac Jones and Stafford in that game 1 of the season? Because in that game, what we're failing to mention is although Christian McCaffrey was available, George Kittle wasn't out there, Juwan Jennings wasn't out there. Mac Jones did that with a week of practice with Kendrick Bourne.
Oh, yeah.
That was those numbers with just Kendrick Bourne out there having an all-pro type performance. Now you have George Kittle out there, he's available. Jawan Jennings, you have Kendrick Bourne out there available. Christian McCaffrey doing what he's been doing all season long. Robert Saleh cooking up some things on that defense. We know Kyle Shanahan is going to come prepared. He always seems to do that. And no knock on Sean McVay because he's going to be just as great of a counterpuncher. But yeah, that's why he'll be able to keep up.
I said this, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday. I just want to reiterate something I said about Stafford for this year because I think it is something to watch for the rest of the year with Bruce saying he's on this heater of a lifetime. He's also, I know he's number one on Bruce's ballot. He is rising in the Vegas MVP odds. The Matt Stafford cinching the Pro Football Hall of Fame by winning the MVP this year is to me a very interesting story. I don't know if you were here when I said it.
Yeah, no,
and so I know that's not like a definitive thing. That's just my belief. But I think that it, and I also think Stafford playing at this level this late in the year and not being banged up is something we haven't really seen since the year they won the Super Bowl, where he is healthy and rolling. Yep. The Niners until
Dusty, do you want to show? We have one roster update from the Rams.
What's that?
They have signed Harrison Mevis, who is known as the thicker kicker.
Okay.
Tipping the scales at 240 pounds. So
wow.
He will be the Rams.
Wait, they signed him to the active. He's definitely their kicker. They signed him to the active roster.
That is what it,
well, that actually matters, not because he's the thicker kicker, but because Sean McVay really didn't like their kicker.
So now,
it couldn't get worse.
Yeah. All right. I didn't know that.
That's it. Roster update live from First Things First.
Thanks.
Ravens in Minnesota. Lamar says the team turned over a new leaf. Ravens defense trying to slow down Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy, who has thrown 4 TDs, 4 INTs, and 444 yards.
Wow. Numerology over here.
Who's under more pressure, Brew? Lamar or the Ravens defense?
Well, the defense. I mean, Lamar has owned the NFC. Now, he has lost his last 2 games against them, but those are elite teams. So Lamar is not under pressure. He's just going to go out there and cook like normal. The defense, though, I want to see it continue to go. And this is not a great quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. So they should give him real problems. And the game, I don't think, will even be close enough for him to work his magic at the end or whatever, he's tended to do. So I cooked up a little surprise for you guys.
Excellent.
I don't know if Dusty wants me to reveal it now, Dust?
Okay, we probably should have figured this out.
With my pick.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say
okay, within this segment, though?
Yes.
Are we,
Is it
okay,
within
so
this
in a couple
segment,
minutes.
Dust?
Yes.
Dusty's mad, I could tell.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Sternness.
Greg.
I was ready for it. I have it written down here. But we're not quite ready.
I'm with Brew on this. It's definitely the defense. Look, this young quarterback in JJ McCarthy hasn't really gotten it going in the passing game. If he is to wake up somehow against this defense, you have problems.
Yeah.
You have problems. Like the one reason why that the Minnesota Vikings has had success is been when they've been able to run against teams, which you can run against the Ravens, and it gives the quarterback a little confidence, takes a little more pressure off your quarterback, and now he can start to settle in the game and not feel all that pressure and start to pick you apart. JJ McCarthy is the athlete. Right now, he's not, none of us believe he's where he's going to be. But one thing he can do is ride off adrenaline and momentum. You see the looks in his eyes.
Yeah,
if he gets going, there's a level of confidence and belief that this young man possesses that can turn into something that the Baltimore Ravens defense don't want to see. They can't allow that to happen if they want to win this game.
My answer is neither person or group of people on the bar. The most pressure is on John Harbaugh, and the second most is on Brew. Because if they lose this game, their season's over. And I'm just there. You're not recovering from 3-6 and a loss to the Vikings. Like we agreed, Brew, that the Bears game was a must-win. But then we talked about how it started a stretch of must-wins. The Bears game, the Dolphins game, the Vikings game, and then I think it's Jets-Browns. Like that they had to sweep the board there going into their final 6. This is the middle of it. They have to win the game.
Okay. It's time now for picks with a special cameo coming from Brew at the end. So, Greg, if you want to start with your pick. I don't even know who you're taking, really, to be honest with you.
We know.
Yeah, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, okay.
I just think they have a little bit more offensively than what the Minnesota Vikings can handle right now.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Ravens. That's mostly had a little heart because I don't want the Ravens to be done.
Oh, I'm 50% heart because I love Lamar and 50% head because Lamar's unstoppable. Ravens, moderately easily.
I like that our picker thing is leaving Greg 50-50.
Yeah, what is that?
It might be a technical error.
No,
Go ahead.
It's because he's the former Viking?
Yeah, who knows?
I want to say I think I just said the wrong team.
Wow.
I think I did because
You're picking the Vikings?
I do this thing. I always have to make sure that I see who you guys pick, and then.
Well, you're now changing your pick?
Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay, that was a solid analysis.
Going with the
there.
Great
Great job by us. Brew, what's
I
your
thought
Brew
you were- I
save?
thought
I
you were
am
leaning
going,
towards the
of
Vikings.
course, with the Ravens. And I cooked up a little headline for you guys. Monday morning headline.
What a treat.
Here we go. Baltimore's transformed tacklers toy with JJ and the Vikings. Say you love it. You know you love it.
I gotta tell you, I feel like this whole last 60 seconds isn't going on already. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.